Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to give a really quick update before we get into the video. These are still my poly gel Madam Glam nails. They're still on, they're still holding on strong. There's still no lifting, and this has it's been before Valentine's, but I just want to show you guys how wonderful that they did hold up. Alright, so we're getting into the video. What we're going to be doing is using my new poly gel that I made. You guys have already saw that video where I made the poly gel. I am going to be putting some regular old isopropyl alcohol in my dampen dish real quick. I'm going to go ahead and take my ASP Dehydrate Prep and Clean, or Prep and Clean and Dehydrate. I get it from Sally's. You can get it from anywhere actually, but you're going to go ahead and dehydrate the whole nail. I just always do the whole thing. Now I'm going to take my Tones primer. This is the Ultra Bond Low Odor Acid Free Primer, and I'm going to do this twice, and you're going to put it over your natural nail. You're going to put it just where the natural nail is. Now, well, that's what many people do, but I always just go on it and go up the whole thing. It's not going to hurt it. I've always done it. You're just going to go over the whole nail. Now, like I said, some people just go down right here where the natural nail is showing, but it's your choice. You know, whatever you want to do, whatever you prefer. So now that you've got your primer on, you can put down a base coat if you'd like. I'm just going to throw a base coat on real quick. And it doesn't matter what base coat you use. You can use whatever you want. I am going to use my Model 1's base coat. I'm going to put it on very thin. This is just your base layer. Just giving the other gel something to adhere to. You're going to go ahead and put that all the way up the nail. Okay guys, I just wanted to go ahead and show you. I did do my thumb just because it's harder to do my thumb on camera than it is the other nails. Okay, so this still needs to be filed, shaped, and buffed. Anyway, I used the really glittery one for my thumb, and that's what I did on this side. This one doesn't have as much glitter. Alright, here we go. We're going to go ahead and add our acrylic. Since there's a lot in there, we're going to have a lot of acrylic. So, I'm going to take it, dump it in there. Dump it in there. Dump that in there. We should have mixed this on the palette, but it's okay. Alright, and I'm also going to add the this color too. Okay, there we go. Don't want to do too much. I'm going to roll it in my hand again, clean up, and then we'll be back. So what I do is, like I said, this nail's already prepped. You saw me prep it, so it's ready. You're going to get your gob, however much you think you're going to need to do one nail. Now, if you do get too much, don't worry about it. I like to roll it in my hand first, in my fingers, and get it ready. And then I will put it about right there. Okay? And you're going to do this the same as you would poly gel. Taking my brush and I'm dipping it in the alcohol. And then I'll pat it, because you don't want too much alcohol, because then it kind of separates it, kind of like exactly like it would with the poly gel. It'll thin it out, and then you'll have like breaks and stuff, which sucks, but that's how it is. You don't want too much alcohol on your brush, but then you do want enough, you know, to be able to move it around. Okay, so I try to keep it centered. You want it nice and tight with the sidewall and cuticle area. So what I do is I just press it down into those areas, making sure the sidewalls are tight. Okay, and then when I get down there, I'll start pulling it up like that. Get a little more alcohol. I want it all the way to that cuticle. Just like that. You see that? Now if you do get any bulk right there, you can file it. But you kind of want to make sure it's nice and flat right here, and definitely on the side walls. Okay? Just like I'm doing right here. Alright, so then I take more alcohol, and then I'm going, actually got too much. I'm going to start bringing the product up my nail, just like you would with polygel. You're going to keep bringing it in. See how easy it is? It's not sticking to the brush at all. And I have very, very little alcohol on my brush. Very little alcohol. You can see the apex. See how nice? Now if you like a nice, I mean, for this length of a nail, it doesn't need to be like too high up there, but you're just gonna keep patting and pulling that product up the nail. Now, like I said, this is the one that doesn't have as much glitter, but it is the same glitter. Now, don't worry if you get it too thick, because you can file that off. Sorry guys, I always get out of frame when I'm doing this. Alright, so I'm just gonna pull it all the way up to the top of my nail. And then you can take your brush and just, you know, work with it. Make sure you don't have too much. Okay, kind of like that. I'm going to go ahead now and just flash cure this. Now I'm doing a 5-second cure, and let me show you what it looks like after a 5-second cure. Alright, that was 5 seconds, and I'm using my Sun 1 lamp. And I have a review on that lamp, but this is 5 seconds, guys. Listen. 5 seconds. Do you see how cured? How hard that is? 5 seconds. Okay. Of course, I'm going to go and cure them for the full 60 seconds, but I forgot to show you guys the gel that I have. Well, to show you again, the gels that I used to make these I used my CANNI Clear and my VENALISA Clear. They are the same company. Now I will say the product is a little bit different. The CANNI I think is more sticky. Like they're both are really sticky, but the CANNI is way stickier, I think, in my opinion. Anyway, these are the two that I used. And then I also mixed the CANNI Nude Pink. So that is that nude color that you see here. That is mixed with the glitter, okay? This one does not have any nude. This one does not have any of the CANNI in it. Just clear, and then clear acrylic, and the glitter. And then this one is the CANNI Nude, the VENALISA Clear, and the glitter. Okay, so now I'm going to set this aside, and we are going to use the glittery one. Alright, so you're gonna roll it around in your ball. I like to place my product right in the center, like right there, okay? Now, another thing, does this have a tacky layer? It does, but not very bad. Not very bad at all. And actually, you could probably just go ahead and top coat that and get away with that. After you file and shape, of course. And you're going to bring in the side wall, start pushing it down into that cuticle area. You want it nice and thin in the cuticle area. Tap. It's almost like a tap and pull or tap and press. Get a little bit more alcohol. You don't want too much or it's going to flood it. You're going to put it all the way up to the cuticle. And then make sure the side walls are nice and tight and flush with the side wall. Okay. Alright, see how that's nice and flush? Now we're going to bring the bulk down the nail. Oh, I got way too much. Alright, so you're going to push. Keep making sure that you bring in those side walls. Push it down. Yeah, I think I got way too much product with this, but just keep working it down that nail like you would with the acrylic. Okay, so just keep bringing it down the nail. And as you can see here, it's opened up a little, so I'm going to bring that product back in and put, see how I got way too much on this one? Way too much, but you can work it in there. You can fix it. Plus I'm going to file and buff it and all that good stuff. See, when you get too much, it starts breaking apart, and then it becomes a headache, and it's just, you know. You want to make sure that you get on the sides really well. See, if you get too much alcohol, that's what happens. It breaks apart. It breaks right apart. There we go. I think I've just about got it. Alright, you see? Sometimes some of them can be a real pain in the you-know-what. Alright, so I'm going to take the rest of that and I'm going to put it back in my bowl. So, there you go. We did not use too much. And I will take off the rest of the bulk. See, it's not too bad. But I will go ahead and take that bulk right there that you see, and I'll use my file or my drill. I'll use my e-file or my regular hand file. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and flash cure this. Give me just a second. Alright, so I got the glittery one on this one, on the middle, and then the one that's not so glittery on my pointer. And then now we're going to use the one that's not so glittery on my ring finger. I'm going to pop that right there. I'm going to go ahead and clean up where I've gotten some of the gel by rolling it in my fingers. And by doing all that, the product is still there. See that? That is polygel. That is real polygel. So a big huge thanks to Denise John 65. This is kind of like when I mixed when she did the cornstarch nails. Remember those? We mixed the cornstarch with our gel and it works just the same. And I've actually worn sets of cornstarch and gel, and they stayed on for a long time. And I have a video on that. So once again, I'm not going to start off with a whole lot of product on this one, just because you saw what happened. But you do want to go ahead and get it tight on the sidewalls and the cuticles. Nice and tight. Bring that product down into the cuticle and the sidewall. If you don't do it tight around them cuticles and around them sidewalls, you're gonna get lifting. And I do sometimes, you know, sometimes you just can't help it. You get lifting. Okay, now I'm just gonna start bringing my product up my nail. And see, I'm just bringing that up the nail, and it's working just fine so far. You'll be able to tell when you need more, but it's actually working really nice, as you guys can see. Alright, I am going to go down with a little bit of alcohol at the very bottom, because I noticed that it's a little too bulky down here, and I don't want it bulky. There we go. That's starting to look a lot better. See that? Okay. I am dipping my brush again. I'm going to get a little bit of alcohol. Just a little bit. Don't want a whole lot. And I'm going to tap, and pull. Tap, and pull. I got a little bit more alcohol. There. Okay. I think we had just enough for this one. And I could get away. I am going to shorten these just a bit. So actually, all in all, that's pretty good. I get a little bit of alcohol on my brush. Again, you're going to start pushing it down into the cuticle. Alright, go ahead and start pulling it up. Bring it to the sides. Get a little bit more alcohol. Bring that up. Okay. There we have the polygel nails. I am gonna go ahead, file, shape, and buff these. I'll come back and I'll show you what they look like. Give me just a second. Alright, there we go. These are filed, shaped, and buffed. And ready for a paint job. A polish job. And that is going to be in the next video, you guys. So, I hope you enjoyed this polygel tutorial. If you guys try it, let me know. Give me a shout out. Again, thank you, Denise, for your video. It was really helpful. The only thing different, as I stated, is I added glitter just to be different, because I don't like to do the exact same thing. I want to do a little, you know, something a little different. And I like to give credit where credit is due. So anyway, once again, thank you to Creative CLAWZ for your outstanding glitter mixes. They are so beautiful, and I know that I will be using them again in the future. Actually, we are going to be using it actually in the next video to do the design. But like I said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all your support. Actually, just not to get off topic, but this little rose is actually made from my polygel as well. But I will do that in another video too. Anyway, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you're not going to go ahead and do your design, you do want to go ahead and add cuticle oil, rub it in really well, and go from there. So, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget to click the notification bell. And I also have a PayPal Me account below where you can donate to this channel if you would like. You guys are enough support as it is. So again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.